Good evening and welcome to Love Angels Light TV. This is Eileen from Love Angels Light, and tonight I have Jake and Bianca back from Access Phenomenance. Welcome back, guys.
Hi everyone.
I'm glad to be back.
So yeah,
I'm excited. Technology gremlins tonight.
I know.
I did do it twice, did I?
Yeah, the intro decided it needed to play again, so here we are.
It wanted a double cameo.
That's right.
Are we live? Yeah, we're live.
Yeah, we're live. We are live. We have Erin and Denise and Carrie Ann, I think. Sorry, Carrie Ann, if that's not how you say your name. And Isabella. Hey guys, welcome. Welcome to Love Angels Light TV, and welcome back, Jake and Bianca. Hopefully it won't do the intro video again. Right. Do you want to give us a little bit of a rundown on what you guys do, where you're from, and what makes you amazing?
Well, we are facilitators of Access Consciousness, and we use the tools and questions to change any of our life we wish to change. What they provide you with. They give you basic questions and how actually to live your life differently. Like if you're different, if you're a seeker, if you're an adventurer, if you're one of those type of people, a dreamer, if you're one of those type of people, that's what Access Consciousness is about contributing to you being different out there. You know, I'm very different, and I was very harshly judged prior Access about being different. I didn't know what to do. And Access showed me that my difference is my capacities. It showed me that I don't have to buy into other people's stuff for that. You have to do this. You have to do what I'm doing. I was like, no, I'm choosing my own reality. Access Consciousness is about choosing your own reality, not choosing other people's realities. And what works for you is not going to work for others. And that's how I live my life now, because of the Access tools and questions and the information they provide for you to actually start being you. So in the topic today, we're going to be talking about bodies. So any questions you have about what your body is really telling you, if you're asking to have more communion with your body, you can ask questions around that, and we can give you anything. We can contribute to you any way that we can to so you can have a lot more ease with your body. So yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about today.
Yes, so we are asking if anyone has any questions to do with bodies, you can ask us, and we can go from there, or we can just start with our own experiences with bodies.
Awesome.
Well, I can just give you a brief view of what happened with my body before. Like before, I've been doing about Access for about 5 years, though non-stop, like pretty much every single day, then multiple hours and this and that. Just before Access, I didn't enjoy my body. Like I didn't have communion with my body. I didn't enjoy being around family members. Like this is my sister, and before Access, it would be like hello, bye bye in the corridor. Like there wasn't much communion with that, and I was always angry. I was always frustrated, and yeah, nothing was really going for me. Didn't have much money. I used to have to ask my family members for $10 so I can go down to McDonald's, and that's how my life was. And when Access came along, they showed me something different. And by me choosing something different, I was like, whoa, this is awesome. And I kept going. The co-founder of Access, Dr. Dane here, he has a YouTube series, and it's called The Tour of Consciousness. And I watched. He's got like 300-400 videos. And I just kept watching him, learning new stuff. Every video, I just kept learning new stuff. And by video, he's like, you got to have more communion with your body. You got to ask your body questions. Like, body, would you like to eat this food? Would you not like to not eat that food? Would you like to go, what type of movement would you like to do? Like, people presume and buy into other people's points of view about, oh, this person does the gym, so I got to do the gym. No, you didn't ask your body. You just asked someone else's body. That doesn't work. You've got to ask your body. What type of movement do you like? It's not about having to ask everyone else. Before Access, for me, when I used to ask everyone else what to do, that's when my life just went to complete crap. Like, seriously, like complete crap when I was asking others. And when I started keep going, I started actually, oh, hold on a sec, I'm gonna start doing something different. I asked myself, what type of movement would I like? What would I eat? This and that. And then it was slowly, but it started gradually going like, you know what? I'm actually starting to enjoy my life now. Hey, how about for you?
Well, for me, the perfect example is especially for when you're looking at photos. So how much when you look back at your photos when, like, say I'm 35 now. So 10 years ago when I looked at photos, how much I would have looked at my photos like, oh, wow, I wish I had that body now. But when you were actually that age, how much did you judge yourself and your body? And then when you were even younger, when, say, you were a teenager, for myself, I judged my body heavily then as well. But then if I looked back at it, I would be like, oh, wow, I wish I had that body today. So what if you could change? And what if, like, every day you woke up and you actually liked your body? No matter what it looked like, no matter if it was skinny, if it was a bit bigger, if you fluctuated, whatever you look like, what if you just loved it for what it was today? That's what's changed for me. Because even though, like, when I was quite young, I was a lot slimmer. And I judged my body so much. Like, I judged it so much. Like, I had no fat on me at all, but I still was like, oh my God, I have this inch of fat on me. And I used to judge it so heavily. Like, to the point where I probably wouldn't eat for a day because I was like, I don't want to put any more kilos on. So, like, and we all do these things. We all do these crazy things where we always look to the past about our body. But what if it wasn't about the past? What if today I'm present with my body, I'm going to have fun with my body, and just enjoy today and not worry about what it was yesterday. If you had a bad day with your body yesterday, who cares? You went to sleep, it's a new slate. Let's have fun with your body more today. And that's the massive thing that Access has done for me with my body. It's got me out of that judgment of disliking my body, even though there was nothing wrong with it.
And remember, people think that, if you have a slim body, you have a skinny body, you always make them valuable. Don't make someone else's body valuable, is because that person in their head is judging themselves for, like, how can I got a skinny body? Because that's how I was. Everyone thought I had the perfect body, though I didn't think so. Back before Access, I'm like, how can I got a weak body, this and that, I haven't got no strength, this and that. And that's how I was. So we all judge ourselves. It's just we think the other person has the better body, but you know what? It's not that. It's not that. With Access, I don't judge my body anymore, and then, I have more communion with my body. It's not about, oh, this person's this person's that. You got to have communion with the body you have now, and then it can become greater.
So I can see some questions in the chat.
Yes.
Erin said, do you guys tune into your other people's bodies, or do you teach how to tune into themselves? So what we actually do, we actually can facilitate your body, so you can actually become aware of what's going on. So in a sense, we all know what's going on with our bodies, but it's kind of like we've got our blinders on. It's like we've got our eyes closed. We don't want to see what's going on, but in a sense, we all do know what's going on. What we do is we actually can facilitate you, so you can be aware what's going on with your body to change it. So that's what we can do there. I've got Helen asking about stopping headaches. So another reason I actually started Access Consciousness was because I used to have migraines day in, day out. I used to work in the corporate world, in the fashion industry, and it was pretty hectic. And I used to have headaches every day. Like, I used to have to take 10 Nurophens a day just to get through my day, because 2 Nurophens just wouldn't do it. Like, I used to go through, like, I don't even know how many packets. I used to buy like the 50 pack of Nurofen, and they used to last me probably a week. So that was my massive pain for me. Now, with headaches and migraines, there is a longer process. So if you did want to change that, we do offer like private facilitation to actually dig deeper in that hole with the migraine and everything. But just to give you a little rundown, basically with the body, especially with the headache. So it's kind of like, what have you got a headache with?
Your body's trying to give you awareness of what's going on. Though the thing, if you're buying the way this reality works, this reality tells you, go get some Panadol and numb it, and you'll be fine. Though your body is telling you, yeah, because your body knows that you don't listen to it. So the only way you listen to it is through pain. So the body's telling you, I'm aware of something, I'm trying to give it to you, but you're not willing to receive it. So the body gives you different types of information and through pain. So yeah, that the more access you do, you actually start figuring out what is really actually going on.
So one tool you could use for pain, headaches, other pain in the body, you can do, because we're kind of like receptors. So if someone else is sick in our family or our friends or people we work with or even people we pass down the street, we can actually pick up their pain. We actually have healing capacities in our body. So you can actually be healing someone else and it's not even yours. Your body's just telling you. It's kind of like your body's a messenger person. It's walking past someone and it's be like, hey, this person's feeling sick. Oh, let's heal them. Like that's a capacity we have. We can heal people.
We're not the brightest crown in the box.
But we haven't been taught how to use this capacity. So what ends up happening is we end up being stuck with the pain. So you can actually use this tool that we've given before. It's called, who does this belong to? Return to sender. You can ask, who does this belong to? And if it gets light for you when you ask that question, you can ask, is this pain mine or someone else's? If it says yours, then you can ask more questions. If it says someone else's, which is most of the time it is going to be someone else's, you can just go return to sender with consciousness attached. And that will help. I just keep saying that until it releases. And that will help to return it to the person, give them consciousness. What it does, it returns them to sender and gives them consciousness attached. So it can make them aware that they've actually got pain. Because when you heal someone else's pain, you can actually take it out of them completely. So they don't actually have pain. Like they might have pain because there's some deep issue that they have to deal with. And if you're taking the pain out of them, you're kind of numbing that pain so they're not feeling it as much.
So yeah, you can use that's the tool from Access Consciousness, and yeah, that's the first, like that's kind of like a start. But you know what? It doesn't matter how much you're into Access, they still use that tool because it just works so phenomenal, and yeah, which changed my life. If you guys don't think it works, it's probably changed my life. It's turned my whole life around. So it's all up to you. It's all your choice to choose something. It's choosing something different.
It is all about choice, though.
Yeah.
You know,
so we're not flooding it with you. Like it's yeah.
I got Kim here asking about her daughter with pregnancy. There's many different points of view that create. So every point of view that you have basically creates what your body has. So any time you do a judgment of your body, so say when you wake up in the morning, you go have a shower, you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, oh, I look like crap. You know, my face looks all funny. My body is not looking good today. That's what you start creating. So whatever you tell yourself, you're pretty potent. Whatever you actually think or say about your body, you actually create. So if you were to look back at every judgment, like some judgments you had maybe even a year ago or 2 years ago, even 5 years ago, if some of those judgments that you had about your body, you'll probably notice that you've actually created that in your body now.
Let's do a little exercise on here. Everyone that's listening, just think of like a judgment you have of your body. It can be anything from legs to thighs to any type of judgment we have of our body. And let's just say this. We're going to say it out loud, and you can just say it in your head or wherever you can say it out loud as well. But let's just say, interesting point of view. I have this point of view. Interesting point of view that I have this point of view. Interesting point of view. I have this point of view. Interesting point of view that I have this point of view. Interesting point of view that I have this point of view. Interesting point of view that I have this point of view. Interesting point of view that I have this point of view. And some of you will be like, what did he just do? I feel different. You know, that is a tool from Access Consciousness. And what that does, it allows you to get free of those points of view that you've been holding on to. You know, we're like a computer system where we're having all this stuff getting collected into our bodies, and it's like we don't know what to do with it anymore. So by doing that interesting point of view, I have this point of view. What that does, it chips away all that stuff that is not yours. You don't have to function from that anymore. So that's an easy tool from Access to get you beyond judging your body. So whenever you feel like you're in that moment where you're going to be like, all right, I'm going to judge my body now, just be like, nah. I remember that guy from Jake and Bianca on that show of, you know, he said, interesting point of view. I have this point of view. Interesting point of view. I have this point of view. Give it a go. See how it goes. You know, it's like, oh, that tool from Access, it's something different. You know. So it can be that easy. It's just all your choice.
So I've had a few more people asking about the migraine again. I don't think I actually told them what I did. So what I basically did to assist with my migraines, to be honest, before I used to have them every day, now I probably get a headache, not a migraine, a headache, maybe once every 6 months. If I do get a headache, it's gone within an hour before I'd have it for the whole day. So what I used to do is a thing called Access Bars. It's a hands-on body process. Me and Jake both are practitioners and facilitators. We teach it as well. And there's many other facilitators around Australia, worldwide, everywhere. Yeah. So we're not the only ones. That actually really assisted me with my headaches going away. There's also verbal processing that can be attached to that, but it's more like you have to do it more like a one-on-one session. It's not something that you'll just do on a broadcast like this, because you kind of have to go into a lot of, you have to ask a lot of questions and stuff. So if you do have migraines and you do want to change your life, it changed for me massively. And to me, that gave me my life back, because when I was at work, I was on drugs, on Panadol, Nurofen, and then on the weekends, I used to sleep all day. I had no life. I used to force myself to go out because I was in so much pain most of the time. So that really wasn't fun for me. So if you want to start having more fun and enjoying your life and not having head migraines anymore, yeah, like you can get in contact with us. There's an actual thing, a specific thing you can do for migraines, and Access Bars. So
yeah, just Google Access Bars and videos will come up. Maybe if you just put that on the screen, Access Bars, just put that into Google and it'll come up. You can have a look what it does. If we explain it here, you're not going to remember it anyway. So because it goes into a lot of detail. So yeah, easy for you to view.
And can you do Access Bars on a child?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I've done it on a baby.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I knew the answer. I was just asking for a viewer. Because now I just asked, and Sammy put a question up.
Children love it. Children love it.
Some children, like, you just see them, like we've been at fairs and stuff, and like we just have kids just draw to our store and be like, oh, I want to do it. And then, because usually for kids, we'll like, say if you come and do your bars, you're an adult, usually we do the kids for free.
Yeah, under 16 you get.
We usually do them for free for you with the session as well. So
and if you like to have a quiet house for 3 weeks after they get their bars on, that's a little secret in that.
And it actually, when you do the bars, it actually helps with kids with their studying, with their concentration, just their behavior in general. It just helps them to have more ease in those areas. And you as well, because if you have a calmer child, and it makes your life a lot easier.
I know.
100%. Yep.
What else you got here?
Do you have any other questions that we haven't answered?
Did we all talk about the system? We did, about having babies.
having babies. So again, the access bars, that's there's actually a point in there that you can contribute to unlocking points of view you've locked in your body to do with having children. And there's also there's probably also a variable more questions. So what basically, like, say if you were to do like a facilitation with myself or Jake or any other access consciousness facilitator, basically what we'll do would ask you questions about what's going on. So we'd ask you what's, for instance, what's going on with not having children. Do you actually desire to have children? Is your partner asking you to have the children but you don't want to have the children? Do you want to have the children but your partner doesn't want to have the children? Is there something else? What's going, like, you ask more in-depth questions, and the way we word the questions and where we ask them, the person actually gets an awareness. We actually have the answer as well. Like, we can pick up the answer out of your head.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we like for you to come to that awareness, because if we're telling you, it's not going to like contribute to you. We have to allow you to come up with the awareness. Otherwise, if we're just telling you, you're not going to do it anyway. It's not going to contribute to you changing. And it's not going to really contribute to us either, because it just makes out that we're acting like we're more superior to you. Like, we know your body more. We don't. We're just facilitating your body to what it can be and what else is possible.
And ask like more, what's going to be more fun for me? Like, you got to really ask, like, having kids it's a massive path to take down. So be in question. Access consciousness is about always being in questions, always asking questions, never coming to a conclusion, never coming to an expectation or projection, always asking questions like, body, do you desire to have children? Body, is it going to be fun? Body, am I going to enjoy this? You got to ask little basic questions like that. And you think, oh, that's basic. That's nonsense. No, it's not nonsense. It's questions you actually ask in your body. Your body desires to have questions like that. The more you ask questions about, okay, body, what is this? What can I do with it? Can I change it? And if so, how do I change it? You got to ask these questions. And those 4 questions can change any area of your life and give you more awareness than what to choose. Do I choose that or choose this? And what's going to contribute more?
And with the kids thing, you can also ask, is now the time for me to have kids? Like, maybe you don't want to have kids right now. Maybe you want to wait a year or 2. Or
yeah, is it now? Is it now or for the future?
So ask that, because otherwise you're just going to you're actually choosing not to have kids because of your points of view. For some reason, if it's you or the partner, it could be both people, it could be one, it could be the family members too. I know a lot of family parents, they like to also pressure you to have kids really quick. So,
like, for me, when I choose, I'm like, if it feels like yes, it feels like yes, I'm doing it, I do it. If I get like, if any time I go to, I have to ask someone this choice, then I don't do it. If I have to go and ask someone else to do this, as like I'm a musician, been playing a long time. If I have to go and ask someone, like when I create music, if I have to go ask someone and say like, oh, do you like this new piece of guitar I just played? If I have to go to that, that means I'm invalidating myself. I'm not making myself valuable. I'm making others valuable. And then that's where you kind of stuff yourself around. Where, like with the kids and the music, like I create the music, you create the child. If I create it, you've got to be happy about it. If you don't know yourself, then don't do it. Exactly. When I create my music, if I don't enjoy it myself, then I don't do it. If I have to think about going to someone else and asking them, I'm like, nah, then I create something different. But when I'm thinking about it, creating it, and it feels orgasmic and this and that, I'm like, yes, this is it. This is what I desire to create. And I just keep asking questions. And yeah, for something like that child thing, you probably do desire to have more of a facilitation on that.
That's more of a private, because you got to kind of ask more intense questions. We're just kind of being broad about it.
Yeah. No, that's
really
perfect.
Get into like what you're creating. Because sometimes it's really silly, but sometimes something's happened to us when we're little, and then we hold on to that for the rest of our lives. So maybe someone, like the person wants the kids, maybe something happened when they were really little and they're like, oh my God, I never want to have kids. They actually said, they say it to their head when they're like 2 or something or 5. But then because you're at that age, you don't remember what you said, what you thought in your head. But because you made that choice then and you haven't changed the choice because you didn't even know you made it, it's sticking you until your adulthood. So it may not have been relevant back then, but it's sticking you there. So that's why it's more of a, for that, it's more, private facilitation for that.
Yeah. I love this comment from Kelly. I can relate to this. Tried for a second for 2 years, and then thought, oh, I'm glad it didn't happen sooner.
Well, so your body knows.
That's
your
right.
body knows what it requires. It's our mind gets in the way, thinking we know what our body requires, but we don't. It's kind of like your mind is like your, like, say if you want to call it soul or whatever you want to call your being, is separate to your body. Your body is like the body is the thing that requires to eat. It requires to do movement. It requires money. It requires all the things that you have. And then your being, like your soul, whatever you want to call, that doesn't require anything. It doesn't require money. It doesn't require food. It doesn't require to do movement. It's kind of like air in a sense. So we get kind of confused with our mind, being like, oh yeah, I should do this, I should do this, I should do that. And that's why it doesn't work with your body. And that's why things don't happen, because your body knows what it's required. You just don't listen. Yeah, that's why it gets sick. That's why you're in pain. And that's why things don't work out how you want it to work more easily.
Just keep asking questions with your body. Body, what would you like to do today? Body, what's going to be fun? What's going to be fun for me today? Things like that.
I know, body, what movement would you like to do? And movement, people get caught up in I have to go to the gym 5 days a week, otherwise I'm not going to reduce this weight, or I'm not going to get toned muscles or get abs or whatever. What if you just ask your body, what's it going to take for me to have abs? Your body might say, you know what? Just do 2 sit-ups in the morning every day. That's all it might take.
That's my kind of answer.
So we kind of put ourselves in the hardest way possible. It's like we got a choice to ask our body, and it can be so easy. I mean super duper easy. But we choose we want to run through the mud, the dirt, the twigs, the grass. We want to do all these crazy things.
Be commandos, you know.
And do run through have people chucking things at you, twigs, everything flying at you. We want all the hardest things possible with the body. But it can be so easy.
Yeah.
Even asking your body, am I hungry? Everyone eats at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Sometimes your body might not be hungry in the morning. You got to ask your body, are you actually hungry? Would you like to eat?
Yeah, we just presume it does.
You just presume, it's in the morning, everyone's having breakfast, or I've got to eat now.
It's not the case.
Sometimes you might be overfeeding your body and that's causing problems as well.
Yeah.
You just got to ask for everything to do with your body.
Yeah.
Even ask your body, what can I wear today? What would you like to wear?
Yeah, my body told me I like to wear my this is for my next video. Is going to come up in about maybe a month's time. But yeah, I always buy new outfits, and I ask my body, what would you like to wear today? And I'm wearing this, So always ask your body. When I go to the shops, sometimes I wear my flashiest clothes just going to the shops. I like people looking at me. So, and because of that, it lifts my spirits. I enjoy it more. I know that it might be, I receive a lot more judgments and this and that, but I enjoy it. The more people judge me, I enjoy it more. I recently just had a post on my page on Jake Savage, and one of my videos went over 100K, and because I did a musical video, and I had comments it was crazy. The comments were they were picking out some stuff that were just crazy, this is garbage, this is shit, I don't know what you're doing, you should stop playing, this and that, making up stuff just to get at me. And what I did, I created another video, and I was in the studio, recording the studio, and that was just aired last week. And all those comments, I remembered some of the comments that were from the last time. One guy said, this is complete garbage, I don't know what you're doing, give it up, you're don't quit your day job. And then on this comment, he's like, oh, this is actually pretty cool. I like this guy now. I'm like, huh? How's that work?
Yeah.
It works because I don't buy into that. I don't buy into people's judgments. You can feed off people's judgments if you have the tools of access. I feed off people's judgments. I don't care what they say about what is going on. I just think I don't care. You know, I feed off it. And before access, that would have killed me. Seriously, it would have destroyed my career. Then what did I do? A few weeks later, I created another video, and more people are liking it. You know, it's really been up for about about 5-6 days. It's really got 70K views. So, and the comments are still, you know, the comments are still a bit bad ones. You're always going to get that. You know, everyone's like, you can use that in a sense with your body. Everyone's still going to judge your body. It doesn't matter what it looks like. Like I've changed a whole different scenario of how am I from that video to this video, and I still get the bad comments. I get more good comments now. But you know what? It's all contribution. The bad comments, the good comments, the bad judgments, the good judgments of your body, they're all a contribution. You have to be willing to receive them. And Access showed me how to receive them. Before, that would have destroyed my career, you know, because I started advertising my series. And like on YouTube, I got a good following on YouTube, and all those comments are phenomenal. I've had that for a long time. And then when I started advertising, they changed it up. My series went broadband, and people just like, who the fuck's this guy now, you know? And without the access tools, I would have like compressed, been small, and just broken down, and like that's it. I can't play anymore. I've been playing 20 years, and there's people saying my music's garbage and this and that. How do I play from that? And I use the access tools. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna go bigger, be bigger. When people are trying to mess around with you, be bigger. We always want to be small. When people are coming at you, be bigger, expand your energy out. You know, what did I do? I bought this suit because of people saying, oh, what are you dressing up in curtains and stuff and fancy stuff? What did I do? I stepped it up. Step it up. I don't back it down. Step it up. You know, and that's what you do with your body. Ask your body. Keep asking questions. Don't whenever someone just judges you at your body, and it might not be out loud. They're thinking at you, and you can sense it, you know. But step it up more. Like, yeah, I'm proud of my body, you know. Sing with your body, you know. You're proud of your body. Don't let anyone stuff you around, you know, because that's not going to contribute. You being small and being tiny and like, you got to broadband it out, you know. Pretend. Just you're the valuable product in your life. You're the valuable product. You know, Access is about empowering you to know, empowering you to know. It's not about getting answers from other people. If I was to get answers from other people and buy other people's crap about those videos, what would I have done? I wouldn't have done any more videos. I can't handle this. The whole nation knows me that now. Oh, I can't do any of this. So what did that? If I buy into that, then I completely stop. Access showed me to keep going, keep creating. And those people's comments, it doesn't matter. People's judgments, it doesn't matter.
I think number one, everyone's entitled to an opinion, even if it's garbage.
Yeah,
and number
people were
two,
saying
you
that.
need to not external validation. Other people shouldn't be validating your feelings of yourself. You need to be strong in yourself.
Yeah.
And that's what
exactly.
it's done for you, which is cool.
And that's what the tools do. They empower you. They have their they empower you to know that you are a valuable product. Like you do matter. Just you. It doesn't matter what other people like. People are going to judge you anyway. People like to judge people because it gets them out of their crappy life. And plus, if they're not creating their life, then they want to judge you and put you down because they want to make themselves feel better for not creating their life. So anyone that starts creating or anyone that starts doing well in their life, people are always going to put you down no matter what, whether it's your friends, your family, or people outside of your circle. They're always going to put you down. So I had someone here talking about with cancer. So there is an actual particular body process that you can actually run for cancer, and it's a body process that you would do daily for usually about 6 to 8 weeks that can assist to help the cancer go away. Cancer is also you do require more private facilitation because there's a lot of things that you choose, a lot of points of view you start to create to have cancer. So one of the questions, and you can ask this for any sickness that you get that's terminally ill, is what is that person dying to get out of? So they might have a relationship they're not happy with. They might have family or parents that are really tough on them. They might have money problems. They might have career problems. It could be various things. And if they're just like saying to themselves, I just want to get out of this life, they're basically telling their body, I want you to die. So they're kind of creating it in that sense.
Yeah, you gotta have
So you gotta
have allowance.
And
with
if you're like if you're related to this person, like you can say to them, if this person is they have cancer, see, there's this thing called access consciousness, access bars. If you want to have another alternative to try to change this can work. Like people in access consciousness that have done access conscious have cured their cancer completely. Some people have done access consciousness and they didn't want to cure themselves, so it didn't work for them. Like they actually have to choose it. You can't.
It's got to be your.
It's
got to be your choice.
If it's someone else and it's not yourself that's asking this question for your personal self, if they don't want to change it, nothing you do or tell them is gonna change it. So if they want to change the cancer, for instance, it's basically got to be their choice.
You just got to show them the different path. If they take it, that's their choice. You can't. Access isn't about forcing people to do stuff. Because I know in my experience, when I force people to do stuff, what they do is they run in the opposite direction, and you don't see them anymore. So access is about here, something different. It's your choice to choose. It's give them choice. When you don't give people a choice, all they want to do is they want to hate you.
And you just know yourself. Like when someone tells you to do something, do you really want to do it? So you got to go from there. And like the best thing with access as well, it's giving, like for us, like me and my brother, we do access. Our mum does access. Our dad, he doesn't do access, and he loves the doctors. He's like, if he has a little twitch in his throat, he's at the doctors. If his knee starts to itch a bit, he's at the doctors. So he loves the doctors. We've done sessions on him that have transformed his whole body. That literally changed everything. But because he has such a commitment to the doctors, he'll recreate the pain and the suffering that he's having so he can go back to the doctors. So some people, they just, and it's no wrongness. Like we don't judge him for it. We just have allowance for him.
Yeah, access says you got to have allowance. When you have allowance for someone, then what that does is it allows them to actually change it. You know, like we have, for me, it's so much ease not having to think about my dad that he does this. It's so much ease on my being and my body to be like, Dad, you can choose what you got to choose. You know, it's your life. I'm not going to enforce this on you. It's your choice. And what that does, it's just communion for me. You know, communion for me. Like if you do the desire to have that, I know how much families are like forcing stuff. That once you get out of that and have communion with their choice and your choice, and you're like, that's their choice. They can do whatever they want. You're just like, oh, thank you for giving me this awareness that, you know, I don't have to be the person that telling them you have to do this, do that. When you're in that motion, it's like you're everywhere. It's not enjoyable.
So can you clarify what you mean when you're talking about cancer? Are you saying people get cancer because of their mental health?
It's not so much mental health, but it's just some choice they've made. It's points of view they've created to create it.
Yeah, they're trying to get out of something that they're not willing to be aware of.
So, like in the beginning of the call, when I said your point of view creates your reality, and whatever you think happens. So, say you've had a really bad. It could, you know, sometimes it can be something so small.
Yeah.
You've had a really crap day. Maybe you're at work. Your boss told you off. Told you what a shit job you did, but you spent so many hours doing his job, but they weren't happy with it, and you're so upset about it. Like you didn't show it to them. You went home. Maybe you cried in the car. You know, maybe like, I just want to kill myself. I wish I just want to drive off this bridge. I don't. In that moment, you say things like that. Not meaning you're actually going to go drive off the bridge, but in that moment, you're like, oh, I just wish I could drive off. That point of view, that sticks.
Yeah, I've been there. Like it's not a road
that small point of view could be something that's creating a major illness. Something so silly like that. It doesn't have to. Usually, we're unaware of what we're creating.
Your point of view creates your reality.
Yeah. Like sometimes you're more aware what's going on. Like say some people, if they're in abusive relationships and they just like they hate their life, so for them it's maybe more aware to them. Okay, yeah, I'm choosing this because what's going on. But for other people, it could be a simple thing that like that. There's major factors. Like we're just being broad about it. If you required to actually, you know, and Google Access Consciousness, Access Bars, you know, there's so many videos out there that talk about what we're talking about. If it does feel light for you guys that are having illnesses, or if you have people, you know, people with cancer, just say to them, say, I found this thing called Access Consciousness. If you want to have a look at it, it can contribute, and just leave it at that. If they want to find something to help them, they'll have a look.
Yeah. She's come back with, what about hereditary cancer?
Again, it's the point of views. So also, when I said we actually heal other people, so we have a natural capacity of healing other bodies. So when for hereditary stuff, you're probably healing. So we naturally heal up. Like so, when kids are little, they naturally will heal their parents. The parents will naturally heal the kids. So you notice if your kid starts getting sick, you get the same sickness they have.
Like, don't people know? Like, the dogs do that as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone knows that. The animal takes the sicknesses out of the people, like whoever, the best friend of the dog. What the dog does usually takes the sicknesses out of the person, and then when the dog dies, then the other person really gets sick. Like the same thing that what we do to the others. So
it's kind of like, you know, when someone gets a flu at work and then one person gets it and the whole office has it. It's because that one person that came in with the flu, everyone else is healing that one person, and then because they're bought the fact, oh my god, like that person's got the flu, they're told their body, all right, we have to get the flu, and they're healing that person, and they're telling their body, we have to get the flu, and we're healing that person. So it can happen from multiple aspects. Yeah. That's why it can be like, for us in the beginning when we first started Access, asking our bodies was a little bit tricky, because it can be so many variables. It can be, okay, is this my fault? Is this something that I'm healing someone else's body with? Is this a point of view that my parents had about me when I was 2 years old? It can be so many variable things. So, but you can start straight away and asking. Like if you start asking questions, you might be a bit tricky in the beginning, but the more you do it, the more you'll start to know what your body requires.
Can you go over what the 4 questions were again? There were 4, weren't there?
You can. Yeah. This is from Access Consciousness. What is this? What can I do with this? Can I change it? And if you get a yes, how can I change it? So if you go by those Access Consciousness tools, that question, that can contribute to actually choosing what's going to actually work for you. Like, you know, we don't ask what's going to work for us. We always ask what the other person's going to work for. What the other person, you know, we're always asking for someone else. So this for those 4 questions gives us what's going to work for us, what's going to work for your body. So that's massive.
So I've got Jackie saying something that she had the flu and no one else in her house got it, and no one else helps to heal her. So another capacity we have. So, and even before Access, I had the point of view when I used to go to offices, and they used to be quite tight, some of the office I worked in. And people used to get sick. I'd be like, nah, I'm not going to get sick from the flu. It's just not going to happen. And so I told my body, no matter what, I'm not getting sick. That overrides anything. Your point of view overrides anything. You naturally do heal bodies, but you can tell your body, nah, I don't want to heal. I don't want to heal this person. And your body, or you tell your body, I don't want to get this sickness, and your body won't get it.
Remember, we don't just pick up stuff from our household, we pick up stuff from like a lot more bigger. So it might be a few houses down. It might be even more, a lot. So that's another thing for a later time. Though we can pick it up from other more out. So it's not just in your house.
Should we do like an expand exercise with them? On here?
Yeah.
So everyone that's on here, if you want to do, you don't have to. You can just listen, but basically it don't happen instantaneous if you do it. So what we're going to do is, so if you're feeling tired, if you've got any pains or anything, you can actually just ask, because like Jake was saying before, we like to contract and make ourselves really small, even though we're kind of like our infinite being, if you want to call it, is like endless. So if we expand ourselves out, it actually gives us more ease.
We expend our energy out. Like our being, our soul, whatever you like to call it, is we're expanding that out. Like we are not the size of our body, our being. We're energy. We're massive. So with this tool from Access Consciousness, it's about okay, let's you can close your eyes or you can have your eyes open. Like just expand our energy out in 1 kilometer in all directions. Can you feel the edges? You can't feel the edges, can you? All right, let's expand our energy out in all directions to 10 kilometers. If you're in the United States or around the world, 10 miles. Expand energy out in all directions, 10 miles, 10 kilometers. Are you there to, can you feel the edges? I can't feel my edge. All right, so let's expand energy out more. Let's expand energy out to 100 kilometers, 100 miles out in all directions, including down into the earth. I can't feel the edges as well. So what's that saying? That we're not just our body. Our energy is bigger. So let's expand more. Let's expand our energy out in all directions to 10,000 kilometers, 10,000 miles out in all directions. Can you feel the edges of your space then? No. Expand more. Expand more. Expand more. So that's a little exercise of access consciousness, where anytime you're getting in that freaky moment where you're feeling a lot of yuckness, a lot of stuff that's coming at you, bombarding you with stuff, use that tool from Access Consciousness. Expand my energy out from 1 kilometer to 10 kilometers to 100 kilometers to 10,000, and you can keep going because we're endless. Just start practicing. Start practicing at a kilometer if you have to practice that for a day or so. You know, get used to being more space. We're always trying to contract, and if I wasn't being space for when those people were judging my videos, if I wasn't more space, that would have just like ended my career, because I was more space. I didn't allow that to. It's like being an ocean, and you chuck a rock in the ocean. Is that going to do anything? No, the ocean's like, is that it? Come on, bring it on. Grab a massive boulder and chuck it in the ocean. It's laughing at you. It's like, serious? Is that all you got? Come on. The ocean's like, no way. So that's like when we expand it out. When we expand it out, someone judges you. What are they going to do? It's like, you're the ocean. I'm the ocean, buddy. You can't do anything.
It's like the ocean's you and the rocks are the judgments. When you're expanded out to the size of the ocean, the rocks aren't going to affect you whatsoever. But if you're contracted to be like a little puddle and one rock
hits that puddle,
what happens to the puddle?
There's no puddle left.
The puddle like explodes everywhere and the water's getting diminished everywhere. So that's what expanding can do.
And remember, you don't say this out to people, like bring it on like this, that invite people to fuck with you. Don't do that. That's just going to make it worse. Do it in your head. Some people, you got to ask what these people can receive. So do it in your head in those type of situations. Don't egg it on, because that's just going to make it worse. So just you can just say in my head. You don't have to be in the shower. You don't have to be in bed. This tool works everywhere. That's how phenomenal these Access Conscious tools are. You can use them everywhere. Expand my energy out 1 kilometer. Expand my energy out 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers, 4 kilometers, 10 kilometers, 100 kilometers, 1,000 kilometers, and keep going more. Until you start getting the ease in that situation, then it's like, okay, you don't have to keep going with this exercise for now and forever. Just when it starts you feeling to start having a lot more ease with it, they're like, okay, how does it get any better than that? And then a few hours later, it comes back again. Do the exercise again. Expand my energy out in a kilometer, 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers, 4 kilometers, and keep going. And it comes back tomorrow. Do it again. Expand my energy out in all directions, a kilometer, 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers, 4 kilometers. Keep going. Whatever, when it starts feeling like, when you start feeling like, oh, yes, bring it on. Then you're like, all right, how's it getting better than that? So that's a little access. That's a energy exercise home play for anyone on the call that would like to use that from Access Consciousness. My invitation to you.
I see that very handy for things like anxiety, where people are so wrapped up in their own pile of circumstances. Having something like
when you're small.
Yeah,
be bigger. When you're more like the ocean, and then nothing can really stuff you around.
It's like the cards that I bought recently, the Universe Has Your Back cards. One of the cards on it says, I am the loving energy of the universe. And that tells you that you are the loving energy of the universe, right?
Well, basically, Access Consciousness, what it teaches you is it's teaching you tools that it's kind of like getting you back to being you. We're not really taught how to be us. We're not taught how to be us with our bodies. We're not taught anything. We're just taught the educational side, but we're not actually taught how to be happy, how to enjoy life, how to have fun with your body. We're just not taught those things. And that's what these tools invite you to. They invite you to a space where you can actually start being you. And that's how we started doing it. Like when we first started doing Access Consciousness, we just did it for ourselves. We spent like 3 years just doing it on ourselves before we even chose to facilitate and do it classes and stuff. Because that was our target. We just wanted to do it for ourselves because we just noticed that even though, like, I'll be honest, my life wasn't horrible before Access. I had, in this reality, I had an amazing job, I earned a lot of money. My parents weren't horrible. They let me choose what I wanted to choose. But I still wasn't happy. I was happy, but because I was happy, or people used to judge me a lot when I was before, just from little things. And it wasn't fun. And like I said, I had migraines constantly. So then that was like a massive thing. And for this just like made me have it's like I am a new person.
Yeah, like before, we couldn't speak to each other.
No.
And I know a lot of brothers and sisters, they just can't because there's too much going on. And Access really gave us communion. Like we go out, people think we're like, no, we're brother and sister. I'm like, what? So it gave us communion. Not to compete with each other. It's not about me competing with her, she competing with me. It's about like, what can we create together? Like if you got a relationship, you got to ask, what can we create together? And if you can't create nothing together, maybe it's a different relationship is required for you. Access isn't about they're telling you all these tools and I just got to be single and this and that, be on my own. It's not that. It's about if you're in a bad relationship, why be in a bad relationship? Just to have a relationship. Be in a relationship that's going to be a contribution for you. The founder Gary Douglas of Access Consciousness, he says that. Why be in a bad relationship? If you're in a bad one, get out of there. Choose a relationship that's going to be fun. Say, okay, who can I be with a relationship that's going to be fun for me? That's going to contribute to me, and for them to do what they want, and for me to do what I want. It's not about subtracting. It's about if what I can do, I desire. What they can do, they desire. It's about both. It's not about once they're in a relationship, they've got to do what I want to do, and that's not a contribution. Be happy for when they do what they got to do, makes them happy. You don't have to do everything together. You can have a lot more ease letting them doing what they like, and stop judging them what they do. Allow them to do what they do, and then you got to have communion. Let them letting you what you want to do, and that's how a relationship is going to work. On that, you're going to have to have communion with each other. It's going to be a contribution. Like they contribute with paying bills, and then what do you contribute with? You contribute to cleaning the house or this and that. Like it's got to work together. But then if you're in like competition with each other, I've made this much this week and you only made this much. If you're like that, then why are you in that relationship?
It's not going to be fun.
No.
And also with relationship, the number one key factor is your body.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you're not willing to have a like you got to ask yourself too. If you looked in the mirror right now, would you date yourself? And if the answer is no, then you got to ask, okay, well, what? Yay! Then you got to ask, okay, so what am I judging about me that I wouldn't date? And what am I telling myself? Like, so because I think someone asked a question about, can you help me find my next love or something? We got to ask, would I date me?
Yeah.
Maybe you have to change how you dress. Maybe your body wants to dress differently.
Maybe you have
like
to
Jake
love
said,
your body a bit more.
Exactly. Maybe you have to love your body for what it is right now.
You got to enjoy your body first before someone else can enjoy it.
100%.
Otherwise, what's going to end up happening too with your body? That's what happens with relationships. Whatever judgments you have, you attract other people with the same judgments. So if you say to your body, you're ugly and you're fat, for instance, then you're going to attract someone that thinks you're ugly and you're fat, but they still chose to be with you for some reason. But they're going to judge you constantly with those same points of view. And so it's not going to contribute to that person and you, because you're constantly judging yourself anyway. This person's judging you. That creates more fights. Your body's not going to change. So there's a lot of things that we put our body through.
Oh, no.
And also, like, ask yourself, like, your body's meant to be your best friend. No one else is going to love your body the way you do. No one's going to pamper your body the way you do. No one can do that but you.
So if you do desire to get some more space, go in the forest, go for a walk, go on the beach, ask like those type of things. They're going to contribute to your body looking the way you like to look. For me, I didn't have a six-pack before Access, and I didn't go to the gym or this and that to get a six-pack. What I did, I'm like, body, what movement do you like? And it said to me, like when I grew up, I liked soccer. So I'm like, all right. And then I went down to the park and I got a ball and I hit the ball against the wall. And that was so fun for me. I don't know. It sounds stupid. Like, how can that be fun? But it was. Just hitting the ball against the wall, back and forth, back and forth. You know what? I did that for like 2 months straight, every single day. Because it was just so much fun. I didn't do it to get a six-pack. I didn't do it. Like my calves, my legs, they were tiny. I didn't have any muscle on them, And I started working. I'm like, wait, I'm starting to bulk up. This is cool. I'm having fun. And I'm getting toned. I'm getting ripped and this and that. And I'm like, oh, I might do some push-ups and sit-ups as well. Like I got to the park and I just did some chin-ups, started doing them. And I'm like, oh, whoa, I'm starting to get a six-pack. This is cool. So I didn't actually go to do the movement to get the six-pack. I went to have fun. So ask. It doesn't mean you have to go get a soccer ball now and hit it up against the wall. Yeah, if you're going to be like, oh, he did it, so it's gonna, no. What works for me is not going to work for you. So ask. Do I, play some tennis? Go for a swim. It's not about having to do, like swim in the ocean, swim in the pool. Mix it up. Don't always do the same thing. I always mixed it up. I always went to a different park. It was fun. So I mixed it up, and I got what I required, and my body looks phenomenal. Like that's what contributed to me. Choosing something fun. Like I never go to the gym. I don't like going to the gym because people, and they're always judging themselves, this and that. The energy is not fun. I prefer to go into the bush and run around trees. Weave in between trees as exercise instead of running on some treadmill. Like,
well, some people might like running on it if you enjoy it.
If it's fun. If it's fun for you to do that,
what's good for you. And
Yeah,
what's
exactly.
good for me might be what's good for you. Like, I'm probably not going to go and kick a soccer ball, just saying. But I would run
Exactly.
through trees.
See?
See, yeah.
You know, I'm not a guru, I'm not a coach. I'm telling you, okay, because it works for me, I have to, it's not about that. It's about what is fun for you to do, what type of movement is fun for you to, you know, if you go for a walk, walk in weaves, walk a little bit this way and this way, do something that's going to be fun, you know, walk on the grass, then back onto the concrete, back, do something where you actually enjoy it, you know.
Yep.
Don't always have to do what other people do. And that's what changed it for me. It can change it for you too. It's just all your choice.
So what do you do when you say, do you literally say to your body, what type of movement do you want? Or do you ask it the question, do you want to play tennis? Do you want to go and kick a soccer ball? Like, what do you do for that?
Well, for me, because for now it's instantaneous. I get yes, no, yes, no, yes, no for any choice now.
Yeah.
Though that took a lot of practice. So it's not saying access conscious tools are going to be like that and
I know.
then bang.
Building a muscle.
It's about the practice. It's a new muscle going to be activated to learn it. It's like riding a bike. You know, I can't expect to jump on the bike and start doing wheelies and this and that stuff. So until you start doing the wheelies, it's a bit of practice, but it's not that much practice. Like, it's not that much. It's only the thinking part in here. Get this fellow in here to say, you shut up in here, buddy.
And it does have it, like, as soon as you ask, like, before you even say the words, your body's already got what it requires. It's just you kind of like, it's kind of like your body speaks a different language to you, and you have to learn what the body language is again. So you can actually do like a body, you ask the body. So if you were to stand up straight, put your knees kind of together, not like hold them there, just like loose. And if you just ask your body, like Jake would just stand up and, okay, so we'll just ask body. So Jake, can you see Jake standing?
Maybe
I can see him
I'll
standing.
do like this. I'll pretend I'm standing. So
Yep, stand.
on the side.
Okay, so if I ask Jake's body, Jake's body show me a yes. So see how he went down?
Will you do the body pendulum?
Yeah, but Jake's body, give me a no. Jake's body, give me a maybe. It's kind of like going this. Usually a maybe goes like that or goes like on the side. So basically, like, say if you want to do a movement, say you can ask your body, okay, body, what movement would I like to do today? What's going to be fun? And then your body's already told you the answer, but because the language barrier might not be still learning, you can actually use this tool and ask, okay, body, would you like to do some running today? And it'll go yes or no.
Yeah, lean forward is a yes. Lean back's no. Though feet together, like I was on my knees on the couch there. Though feet together, so it's an
so
easy.
It's like you're balanced.
Yeah.
And then from there, then you go, okay. Say if you said yes, you wanted to go for a run. You say, okay, body, where would you like to go for the run? And you can ask the gym, yes, no. If you said no for the gym, you can say this park, and it can say yes. Okay, we're going to go to this park. You can even take it further and ask body, how long would you like to run for? And you might say 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it says. And then, like, ask your body as many questions as possible, and do that for anything. You can do that for movement, for food. Like with food, you can actually, like, say if you're in the fridge and you want to eat something, you can hold the actual item up to your body, like to your chest, and actually ask body, would you like to eat this? It'll go yes or no. If it says no and you really want to eat it, you can ask your body, say, body, if I eat this, is that going to be okay with you? And it'll give you a yes or a no as well. So sometimes you can override your body in some instances, and it will let you if you ask it.
Yeah, you got to ask it. Like, we always override our bodies, so let's change it and let our body tell us what it will require instead of let's do the opposite now. You know.
And also with eating, another tool is if it tastes like the most orgasmic food you've ever eaten, that means that your body desired to eat it. If it tastes like it didn't taste, like say you've had a dish that you always make and you love it, but one day you make it and it tastes like that day your body didn't want to eat it. Now it doesn't mean your body never wants to eat that again. It just means that day your body didn't want to eat that. So if food doesn't taste as nice as, like, you're like, oh my God, this is delicious, then your body probably either is not hungry or it doesn't want to eat that food.
Or even at the start, you know how when you're going through a meal and it tastes really orgasmic, and then you're eating it, and by the half of it, you're like, oh, it doesn't taste any good anymore. Stop eating. You know, we've been trained like for my grandparents. I've had it done to me. Oh, you got to finish all your plate. You know, people starving. You know, you got to eat. You know, and that's what we buy that from our grandparents. So when it doesn't taste good, I know it's going to be. I know it's tough. I know. I've been there. My sister's been there. We all been there. I know it's tough, but force yourself to stop it. And when you do,
I know your body just has so much more energy. It just has so much more it's like saying when you don't overfeed your body and you eat what your body requires, it's like your body's coming up to you and hugging you and saying, thank you so much for listening to me, finally. And it's not about wronging your body. We're not saying here, okay, what we're doing is so awesome and what you're doing is wrong. Hey guys, we know we haven't been taught this, so we're not judging you at all. It's more about this is a possibility you can have with your body if you choose. It's all a choice.
It is a choice.
It's that
life
simple.
is about choices.
Exactly.
Even now, it's a little bit difficult. Even for me now, how much practice I've done with this, and I'm eating the food. I'm enjoying it so much. I'm nah, I've got to eat it. I've got to get it. And then I'm nah, stop it. Chucking the rubbish quickly before you can eat it again. You probably put it in the fridge. Putting the rubbish just on purpose, and then you'll feel like, you know what? This is the time I usually take a nap, but I'm not taking a nap. I'm actually creating my life. That's what happens for me when I stop in that certain instance when it doesn't taste good. That's when I have a lot more energy. So if you don't have any energy on the call, on these people on here, it's because you're just not asking your body when to stop with eating. It can be that simple. I know it's tough. I've been there, but when you do that little tweak there, that's a game changer that's a game changer, that one.
And if you do eat what your body likes, you can eat stuff that you may have thought is quite naughty before.
I still have if I decide to go to Macca's one night and nothing else, I still go to Macca's. I don't make myself wrong. It doesn't mean I'm going to go Macca's from tomorrow, next day. No, just for that time. Maybe I haven't had Macca's. I used to have Macca's every single day. Now I haven't had Macca's for maybe months, maybe a whole year, maybe more. But if a day pops in, I go. I don't judge it. Don't judge it. It's I'm having it today. That's it. It doesn't mean I'm going to enjoy it tomorrow and the next day. It just, in that moment, you decide it. If you decide some chocolate for this day, have it, enjoy it. But it doesn't mean you need to go to Coles or Woolworths and get 10 blocks and stuff your face and it doesn't. Don't do that. You know what I mean?
You're fit. No, I'm kidding.
So enjoy it and.
I want the 10 blocks.
Well, maybe your body might want 10 blocks that day. So if it wants it, then give it to it.
But remember, the body test, you have to ask because your being might desire the chocolate, not your body. So yes. Home play for you guys.
Awesome.
How are we going for time? Is that wrapping it up? Yeah.
We're 10 minutes over. Because some of you like to talk. No, that was awesome. We've had a few comments. See Aaron's comment that I put up. I can see Jake's glorious jacket when you stood up before.
Oh yeah.
Marianne.
Yeah, it's pretty long.
To hear. It's awesome.
I got matching pants as well. The pants are the same color.
Yeah, of course you do.
You're gonna have to tune into my next video to view it. So that's a little taster.
Yep. Marianne said lots of knowledge that she needed to hear. And apparently it doesn't want me to put them up. There we go. So that's cool. Who was this? Aaron, you've both given me a lot to think about. Yes. and then learning so much.
I was going to be that.
So,
Well, we're
much
grateful for
appreciated.
giving. We're grateful, yeah.
And like, if you guys want to have more questions, or you
Yeah.
have more personal questions, you can if you Google Bianca Friendo or Jake Savage, and you can get our contact details through there, or we're on Facebook. And yeah, just message us, contact us, email us, and we're happy to help you out with anything we can.
Yeah. I'll put your I can't remember if I tagged your business page, Access Phenomenance, in the thing, but if it's not tagged there,
Oh, we don't really post on that page anymore.
Gremlins.
Uh,
We got gremlins. All right, guys. Thank you so much for your
I
time
can
and
go
your
in and
energy
put it in the
tonight.
comments.
Either.
But
I'm easy.
yeah,
Cool.
if you really want to find us, you'll find us. So yeah,
That's right.
it's all your choice.
Excellent. All right, guys. Next week we have me on Thursday night doing readings. I'm excited. And then on Friday night we have Melanie from Sunflowers and me back. She's going to come and do readings as well. November is pretty awesome, and then December we've got the Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve shows where I'm going to have 2 psychics on both of those nights. So it's going to be awesome. We'll probably even go 2 hours. Kind of going on the downhill slide to the end of the year. Let's make it awesome. Have a good weekend, guys. We'll see you next week.
See you later. Bye.